Hello, everybody. Reporting stories that the corporate media is not. A great way to support this show is to go to patreon.com/GrahamElwood, where you can submit stories like this was submitted by Patreon member Hollis. Boy Scouts of America files for bankruptcy protection amid sex abuse lawsuits. This happened in February, but right as COVID-19 started flourishing, we're not seeing a lot. This is another thing. Now, granted, this pandemic is a serious issue, and we've never seen this before. So I don't believe this is a conspiracy or a distraction, but rather than the media, just every story, another COVID death, and blah, 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 like, how come we can't cover some of this? Files for bankruptcy protection. The filing Tuesday in Wilmington, Delaware is an attempt to work out a potentially mammoth compensation plan for abuse victims that will allow the 110-year-old organization to carry on. Well, I'm glad victims are getting compensation. I really am. And, you know, are there people that went into the Boy Scouts, Boy Scout instructors, adults that did it for noble reasons to help kids? Of course there are. Are there people that went through the Boy Scouts and said, man, it really made me a better kid. I was taught a responsibility. Absolutely. And there's predators, pedophiles that went, oh, I can take advantage. And what the real problem is the Boy Scouts, like the Catholic Church, tried to cover it up for a long time. And did the old few bad apples nonsense, which is what the Catholic Church said. And look at all the good we've done. That's what look at the Catholic Charities. Catholic Charities, they've helped a lot of people. That still doesn't give you the right to cover up that at all. So, I don't know how I necessarily feel about them getting bankruptcy protection. Should the Boy Scouts continue as an organization? I don't know. I'm glad if they use this bankruptcy protection in any form to try to not pay victims, that infuriates me. And these pedophiles that were within the Boy Scouts, they need to be in jail, all of them. Not shifted around and unable to prosecute like the Catholic Church has done. The organization could be forced to sell off some of its vast property holdings and raise money for a compensation fund that could surpass $1 billion. Well, so is that what this is about? Them, like the Catholic Church, is one of the biggest property owners then in McDonald's in the world. So I'm all for helping kids and programs that help kids, especially like get kids off the streets and give them programs, but there needs to be a drastic screening process. Because you don't want to do that, because then it's like, well, then any Little League coach, any teacher, like they're not all guilty. Of course not. Of course not. But there needs to be really strict screening process. And they need to pay all the victims. Unique sex abuse suit filed in Boy Scouts in U.S. Capitol. These are more stories about it. The lawsuit seeks to allow men across the U.S. to sue the Scouts in Washington, even though they live in states where the statute of limitations has passed. This is good. This is a good thing. I don't care if the statute of limitations passed. 350 more alleged pedophiles found in the Boy Scouts. This was last summer. They are outside what is already in the organization's disciplinary files, USA Today reports. Is this a cover-up? Did they know about this and do nothing about it? Because that's sort of the pattern. America and society in general doesn't want to come to grips with the reality of how many pedophiles are out there. Just like the Epstein thing's gone away. We're not really talking about it. Granted, we're in the middle of a pandemic, sure. But why is this not being covered more? I didn't see this anywhere. This is through USA Today. Like, sure, they'll release an article online, and that's how they say we're covering it. We're doing our due diligence. But then it's not picked up by the corporate media, which has a 24-hour news cycle. Why isn't CNN talking about this? Right? There really is about 30 minutes a day or maybe an hour a day at the most of reporting about the coronavirus that's valid, we should all pay attention to. Oh, here's the new update, here's the new numbers, right? Oh, here's the new mandate from the government, here's how we're flattening the curve, here's new data. It's all, you listen to the scientists and the doctors all about we need to crunch more data, crunch more data, crunch more data, right? It's like, oh my God, the numbers are spiking. But I heard Dr. Birx and Dr. Fucci say last week, we're going to be taking 4 to 5 days of testing and processing those tests in a short amount of time, like 24 to 48 hours. So you're going to see, it's going to seem like the numbers are spiking, like the disease is running rampant. That's not necessarily the case. It just means we're processing more data in a shorter amount of time. But the media just runs wild with everything because they won't, this stuff, they can't report about this. They can't talk about Epstein. I didn't know about this. One of you had to send me this story. I didn't know about it. That's why I love doing this show, because you guys keep me informed and then I can inform everybody else. So thank you, Hollis, for sending me this story at Patreon. I really appreciate it. That's why I say, you're all political vigilantes. You're all making Gotham great again. Thanks for supporting the show. Hey, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/GrahamElwood or rockfin.com/GrahamElwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.